While watching Nintendo's recent Direct, I was extremely excited to see that DLC for Splatoon 3 was revealed, which includes an alternate hub area of Splatoon 1's Inkopolis Plaza. While we might not have full details of everything included, we do know that this DLC mainly serves to add an alternative to Splatoon 3's hub area in its entirety, including new spots for Salmon Run, Table Turf battles, and presumably an alternative to Hotlantis as well. And one question that a good bit of people are having is why get a DLC that's simply a reskin of an already functioning hub area? Well, nostalgia for one, but also for a more important reason. In this video, I want to talk about why I see this DLC as a fantastic addition to a part of the game that's often overshadowed, the world building and atmosphere. To start, it's important to recognize that in the same trailer this DLC was revealed in, an additional second DLC, Side Order, was also shown off, which is what I suspect a small portion of the fanbase has been anticipating ever since Pearl and Marina were shown to be included somehow in DLC. So this world-building hub area DLC isn't taking away from the more anticipated gameplay-focused Marina and Pearl DLC. It's instead building onto one of the series' strongest attributes of having a living and breathing world surrounding the gameplay. This hub area DLC will also be the introduction of Inkopolis to a lot of people. Whether that's because they weren't around yet to play Splatoon 1, or because they don't feel like going grave digging. Or maybe because both. The original Splatoon sold roughly 4 million copies, which might seem a bit low when compared to modern Nintendo game sales, but that's one copy of Splatoon for every 3 Wii U owners, which is an absurd ratio on its own, but is made even more so with Splatoon 3 well on its way to surpassing even the Wii U in sales, having sold over 10 million copies within just 4 months of being released. So not only will this DLC serve as an introduction for people who couldn't play Splatoon 1, but will also give people familiar with the original an updated version of Inkopolis Plaza to play around in again, now with higher resolution and a few updated visuals, like the clouds look a little better, maybe the paint on the ground. I tried comparing the original with the trailer, and I couldn't find any other graphical differences besides the ones I just named. There are of course differences in the billboards, posters, and ads since this Inkopolis Plaza has aged 7 canonical years since the original game. So instead of seeing a Squid Squad billboard, you'll see a front row one. And one curious little thing is it seems these waste cans haven't been touched in these 7 years, which is your lore fact of the day. Now there is one gripe I have with what's been shown, and that's good old UI, something that I cannot stop talking about. It's heard in the trailer that they'll be carrying over sound effects from Splatoon 1, which you can hear in this part. And while this is a very nice touch, I would have loved to also see at least the shop UI make a return as well. A good portion of each game's identity in this series is their UI, and Splatoon 1 has some amazing UI of its own that I'd love to see come back. Staying on the more cynical side, let's return to the question of if this Plaza DLC is worthwhile, assuming that they don't bring back any of what made Inkopolis Plaza special in the first game. That means no mini-games, basketball, or awesome moves. If this were to happen, I would still argue that this DLC has value. While yes, it would be a somewhat bland and bare-bones hub area on its own, in Splatoon 3 it is but a Lego piece to the game's entire mini-kit. The game already includes a mountain of detail in its own hub area, including an area that leads to literally nothing but a pretty view. And while the Side Order DLC will also include elements of world building itself, being that it will have a narrative and area surrounding its gameplay, there's something to appreciate in a chunk of area that has no objective other than to aid in better immersing the player into the world of Splatoon. Thank you for watching. I'm currently working on a few videos, with the big one being a new way to play Breath of the Wild before Tears of the Kingdom. If you have any other topics about games you'd like me to talk about, you can let me know in a comment. Have a good day.